Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, we're here to do a development update.
Yep, and we had to do a take two because last time we lost all of the audio, so
Yeah.
not good.
So the spontaneity of the prize announcement's kind of be gone, but that's okay. What I was talking about was that I got inspired based on the new job that I got, which is kind of a trend of my working career anyway, incorporating more of a documentary feel to the short film. The gist of it is that eventually I do want to make a movie, but you need a lot of funding for that, and you need some established cred for that, and people don't just hand that to you.
It's unfortunate.
So I need steps to get there. The first step would be the short film that we're working on. The next step would be a documentary about the real life subject that the narrative feature film would be on.
Yeah, so then help the movie out.
Right, so I'd have two pieces of media. I'd have a short narrative to show that I can do films, which I have done for a while, but you always have to prove yourself again. A documentary that shows the inherent dramatic nature of the story itself, but that a feature film might put a more artistic flair to. So what my inspiration was for the short is we were going over this young girl who's in college, and
It was just like true crime stuff that she was like doing on her spare time.
she just had a hobby interest in true crime, but then it came into her real life. But I thought she would do a personal video blog. Kind of like when you're alone, you kind of chronicle your journey like a diary, I guess.
Yeah, like vlogging.
Vlogging. I've never really warmed to that. It just sounded wrong.
I've just heard it too many times.
Okay. For a couple of reasons. One, it's inexpensive to shoot. It can look like video, so you don't have to treat it very much. The actress could go through the journey on that.
You talked about a scene where she was like videotaping and she would like hear something and then go off, and then you could hear noises in the background.
Oh yeah. She would go, "What's that?" And leave the frame, and all we would hear is
like sounds and
the
stuff.
noises.
I thought it would be pretty cool if that was like not a part of the climax, but it's just a part of like the build up where she like comes back and she's like, I don't know what that was.
The point of it would be we're trying to avoid the film school trope of having your entire short film hinge on the twist.
Yeah.
We want our audience to know what's coming, but
Yeah.
to be interested about the journey to get there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's actually more interesting, because then you're delving into her character more. That gives the actress more to do. It doesn't hinge so much on the plot.
Yeah, it's like more character directed, more character interested.
Yeah, and then the execution of that could be satisfying, because you set an expectation for the audience, and then if you fulfill it well, then it's satisfying, and that's something that's actually more rewatchable than something that's just the twist.
I think at this point, I've gotten like a bad connotation with the word twist ending. Like, people have screwed it up enough times that it's kind of like lost its impact. And I'm glad that we're going with not quite twist ending, you know.
Well, it's just people like to analyze the characters.
Yeah.
And so if you kind of know what's coming, then you're giving the audience a bit of credibility. You're saying, well, you're smart enough to
Figure it out.
Figure it out. But it's not about that. It's more about appreciating the character.
One thing, this is slightly unrelated, but kind of related. With Frozen, everyone agreed that that was a terrible twist. And so when people do twist endings, I always want it to be something where it has good rewatchability.
Right.
Where like you can see scenes and it has a different look to it afterwards because you know what's happened.
Yeah, that's at most. Movies that hinge on a twist ending have a one rewatch, because first you watch it and you're like, oh, shocked and surprised. And the second one, you're like, what did I miss? Where were all the little pointers to it?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you don't really watch them again, unless you have someone that you want to show it to who doesn't know the twist ending and you want to see their reaction.
That's fair.
So the video blog is one thing, the vlog. The other thing would be where she would be interviewed at the end of it, but we would cut to pieces of that interview during the short film, so it wouldn't all be dumped at the very end.
Yeah. I think in the last take of this, I was just like, that's just kind of like The Office, but like not funny.
Right, where you're just
suspense.
You're taking little bits of it. There's a movie called Cloverfield that is it's a monster movie that you you don't see the monster until the very end. But they do a clever trope. I don't even know if it's a trope. I think they started it actually, where it's a found footage movie. So you're watching a tape that someone put this stuff on, but they actually taped over something that was already on the tape. You'll see scenes from the current narrative, and then when it cuts, it doesn't really cut. It goes to a part of the tape that hasn't been recorded over yet, and it was the previous thing that was on it. And it's really kind of cool.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I should show you that movie. It's not that costly to do. It can look like video. It was a clever way of producing that narrative. And so with the interview, it's like we'll see where she's headed as far as the interview goes. But again, it's more character. It's more, the vlog is her personal take on things. The interview is her being examined. And then there's the actual narrative, which is the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
And so it's like you've got three things going on there.
Yeah, exactly.
think
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of a short film.
Yeah.
So.
No, I have not watched that show, but he has introduced me to that reference, so.
And I'm both happy and sad that you know what that is. Form of a octopus riding a unicycle.
I know, that was the most.
How exactly do you fight supervillains?
How do you not fight supervillains?
Form of an eagle with a bucket of water.
That was one?
Yes. The eagle would grasp the pail, and then because
Form of stick bug dancing.
It's just ridiculous. But regardless, we're going to do it. So thank you for joining us for this brief development update, as I have to go to work in about 5 minutes. But yeah, if you like what we're doing and you're interested and you want to see it develop and you might want to partner with us, invest.
Exactly. We want to
collab
with more people.
Yeah.
It's just us right now.
Right.
Which is awkward.
Just
but,
us and an idea floating somewhere over here. So.
well, I mean, that's more than what some people have. It's hard to find ideas nowadays. But besides that, we hope that you like,
share,
and subscribe. And maybe if you have a friend that likes the kind of stuff that we make, then maybe you can introduce it to them. Mm-hmm. So.
And we also have a Patreon.
We do.
With exclusive content from field trips and other fun nonsense.
And if you want to see a short film like this be made, then probably going to need your support on there.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Oh, what is that?
I was about to say bye in the middle of what you were saying, but then you're like, uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Bye.